Welcome back, viewers. NFL Web TV again. I'm Samuel Zito, your host for this evening. We're back with Jarrad Carey. Jarrad, the week off last week, feeling refreshed?
Oh yeah, no, it was good. It was good. I didn't have to put up with a dribble of Cece, and I'm not going to pot you too early because you're only new to the Capers, so happy to give you a couple of weeks to at least find your feet, Zito.
Cece will be back next week, of course, just taking the 1 week off. He's been replaced in the studio today by Tim Bongetti of Greensborough. Thanks for coming in, Tim.
Thanks for having me.
And obviously,
what a replacement too.
It's a big boy. How long with the two big boys next to me on the little forward pocket here, I think. And Tim, obviously a few big results at Greensborough so far this year.
Yeah, it's going well. Obviously, first year back, and we've had two big games to start off the year, and two good wins, and going into the break pretty happy.
Most definitely. And obviously, you're at Werribee last year, Tim. What was the reasoning for coming down to Greensborough?
A lot of travel was one of the main reasons, and obviously want to go back and play with my mates and enjoy my footy a bit more instead of taking everything so serious.
Right.
Been trying to recruit him for a couple of years, I believe, Zito, and he basically said, "I'm not coming back unless you make me captain." So Luke Howard, poor old Luke, he's been leading from the front for the last couple of years, and Big Bongo comes back and just pushes him aside. And how's Lukey Howard taking that?
I'm not going to wreck any story that you're going to make up, so we'll just go with that one. And, it's all good. You know, he's obviously still a leader at the club and vice captain, and along with all the other boys, everyone's alongside, and I'm not really taking a major role. Everyone's helping out, and I think that's the main thing that we're going so well this year.
Now, I think the main thing that people out there are going to want to know is what the feeling is like there at the club at the moment. I was talking to you off camera just before, and you know, your next opponent's Whittlesea, and it's going to be two undefeated teams coming up against each other in round 3, who nobody would ever have expected to be undefeated at this stage. What's it like down there at the Slime Pit?
Yeah, well, it's obviously everyone's up and about. Everyone's pretty excited about this year. We've got a few new heads around the club, and obviously two good wins to start it off. And after the break, going down to Whittlesea to play Whittlesea is going to be a big game because this year no one's an easy beat. Everyone's on par, and hopefully all the games stay that way. They stay close, and there's no blowouts this year.
Well, you had a really tough game against Heidelberg on the weekend. Obviously, probably the big upset of the round. I think most tipsters expected Heidelberg just to win and go on their merry way, but obviously not the case. How'd the boys pull up after that one?
I think that's the way we went into it, that we had nothing to lose, and we were the hunters, not the hunted. So going out with that motto, obviously everyone played their own role, and we just said at the start of the game, go out and beat your opponent, and the scoreboard will take care of itself. And the club's obviously very excited after the game in the rooms. It was a great feeling.
I'm told I wasn't at the game, Bongo, but I'm told you received a little bit of extra attention throughout probably the first quarter, and you've obviously walked into the door with your right eye before the game. Can you tell us who was your opponent and how did you find them, and what was it like in that first quarter there, mate, when the heat was on a bit?
Obviously, going out and coming back from another league, there's always a little bit of added attention, but that's just something out the window really. Everyone's out there to play the game, and my first two opponents were two players where I was lucky to get a few free kicks because I think some of us had said let's watch him down there and not let him get a free run at the footy, and I think a few blokes just grabbed hold of me, which were good free kicks to get early, and then a couple of 50-metre penalties that they gave away that took me to the goal square, which relaxed the nerves pretty easily.
Absolutely. Sounds good, and obviously good to get in the goal sheet quite early. Obviously being a big recruit to the club, good to get some early form before the Easter break.
Yeah.
5 on the weekend.
Already 8 for the season as well, so get the bags.
As said at three-quarter time, Jack said get it in long to him, and that wasn't really the case. I think we need to look through other forwards as well. Like, as long as the goals are getting kicked by anyone and the wins are on the board, I don't think it really matters who kicks the goals as long as we keep winning. And that's, as a captain, that's all I want to do, keep winning and keep the pressure off the back.
Good looking rooster from this, just from about here onwards with the bling as well. But geez, I'll tell you what, on that right side of the face at the moment, you're looking at absolutely putrid. But I just wanted you to take me through a couple of the new players down at the Borough. We spoke earlier about Jenkins, former Bull Ants boy. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Just met him, mid-sized on baller that can go forward. He's got good foot skills, obviously coming back from the VFL as well. He's played at a high level and came third. This is only correct me if I'm wrong, third that he came in the best of first last year in the twos at the Bull Ants. So
fantastic.
he can play and can run and can use the footy, which is a good add to the Greensborough lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about your old mate from Tassie, Simon Plummer?
Yeah, well, he's gone under the radar, like coming into the Northern Footy League from Queensland and also playing in the Quaffle and the VFL as well. No one really knows him. He's just a solid backman that has a big build and goes out and does his job. Nothing fancy, just takes his opponent and wins the contest.
Fantastic.
Is there anyone who surprised you while being down at the Borough? Is there any young kids coming through or anyone you didn't expect to be playing so well at this early stage?
Yeah, definitely. There's young kids like Tyler Scarce and Mitch Anderson who are in the forward line, so I get to see a lot of them. Like if I had to pick a teammate right now that I'd pick first, like the old days at school, who are you going to pick first? I'd pick young Tyler Scarce. Just a kid that goes out, no fear, kicks goals, lays the tackles, does all the hard things that obviously as a captain and a club that you want to look for in a young kid. So yeah.
How's your relationship with Brian Jack Cole, Bongo, the new coach, new captain at Greensborough? So it's a new look leadership group, obviously. And what's the dynamics like with him? Former Montmorency coach, of course.
Yeah, both coming in new, so we're both kind of mixed in well. Both getting to the club. Obviously, I've got a background at the club, so it was a bit easier for me to walk into the club. But Jack's put down his game plan, and at the moment it's working.
Oh, it's working a treat.
From 2 wins, whether it's a game plan or the boys are sticking together, we'll go with the game plan and make sure that we're pumping up him as much as we get pumped up. So, at the moment, everything's going well.
And obviously Whittlesea next up after the break. No one probably expected Whittlesea to be 2-0 as well. Have you had a look at their kind of game style or anything, or is there anything you can improve on when you take on Whittlesea in 2 weeks' time?
I think, looking into other sides, you can get caught up looking into what they do, and I think this is more the fact of Greensborough are a young side. We just need to worry about what we're doing, and they're a young side as well with a few good players that I've played with. That I reckon if we go out with the same mentality as we did on the weekend, just beat your opponent and everything else takes care of itself. And week after week, if we just keep doing that, I reckon the results will come.
And also, obviously, the week off this week, will you train as per usual, or will you do anything on the Saturday, or just take some time away?
We're training this week. I think maybe on a Thursday we might do something different. Whether it be use a soccer ball or something instead of a football, or playing a different kind of sport out on the ground, just doing something different because it has been a long pre-season. And don't get me wrong, you do kind of get to the stage where you do want a break from football. So to have one early after 2 wins, I reckon we can relax and have a bit of fun this week.
It probably comes at a perfect time. Want to add anything else there, Jarrad?
Oh, just before we let you go, mate, our next guest is Ben Shelton. Can you tell me who he plays for?
Yeah, Bundura.
Oh, he's been doing his homework. Doesn't come up against him till round 8. But he's a wonderful human, the old Bongo, and I'm looking forward to seeing you come up against Shelty because I really rate him and I rate you, so look forward to that matchup. But we'll just concentrate on round 3 for the time being.
Yeah, I reckon we just keep getting one win after another, and we'll see what happens when we meet then.
Working beautifully.
Well, hopefully Greensborough get a few more wins on board, and maybe we might see Tim again here in the studios. That's all we have time for now with Tim Bongetti. We'll be back with Ben Shelton after the break.